Hey, what's up, everyone? Just typing in the Discord and almost missed the intro to my own stream. uh, I was looking at Patrick's comment. He said he's going out to see the Electric Six tonight, and my band, the one that all the songs were with of the Allegheny Jake's Rocks video, played with them. I think their name was slightly different. They changed it to the Electric Six at some point. I think they had something with Wild in their name. But yeah, definitely played with that band at the Grog Shop in Cleveland back in the day, or at least a version of that band or members of that band. It's been too many beers since then to remember exactly what the nuances were. But yeah, no audio? Are you serious? It's showing me audio. Are you talking about the last video? Both my things are bouncing, so hopefully there is. Oh, good. Yeah, I think he's making fun of. Have you got? Did you guys? If you've seen the Roach clips, the 420 ride video, um, I somehow happened to mess up the the beginning or the upload. It messed up in the upload, but all I'm saying in the beginning is that I'm riding to the Roach Clips rides, and I'm not a big 420 guy, but it was going to be a fun night of beer and food anyway. So I added like the subtitles, but I think you have to turn on closed captioning to see it, and I'm like, I'm not re-uploading the video. I already premiered it. It already had like 50 views. I'm like, whatever. So nothing important, and the music comes on right after that, so it's like 10 seconds of no audio. So yeah. So let's see. Who's in here tonight. Pudgy, Farley, what's up? I was just looking at your bike pics. I'll pull those up in a minute. Rick, Rusty, Comos. Smack that roach button. Hey, what's up? I don't know. How do you D Immel? D underscore Immel, as our guy on the screen would say it. I have the desktop audio on, so if someone does something, it'll actually make the noise, unlike when Waffles and Coffee joined the membership on Tuesday and I didn't have it on. But what's up, Chris? Yeah, audio's overrated. Everybody makes mistakes on 420. What is up, Muskrat? What's up, Alpine Daydream? Yeah, so last night, yeah, I actually didn't make the video on 420, but I think the effects of 420 were still playing out. So when we got to the Spotted Owl, which is a really good cocktail bar that hasn't opened much since the pandemic, they have an original location in Cleveland, and their second one's here in Akron. He just had like three big bowls with ice and three different kinds of beers sitting out, and everyone tried to open a tab, and he was just like, no. And we had one drink ticket with the 420 ride, but when we got back, same thing. He wouldn't take any. He just was like, just drink the beers. And then someone asked, well, I wouldn't mind getting a whiskey, and he just started pouring, you know, drinks too. So it was really cool. The owner of the Spotted Owl just totally hooked up the Roach Clips ride. Um, I think someone said he said something about like, no, it's just good to be back with the doors open, and it's a cool community event, which is funny because it's a weed bike riding event. But yeah, like so, yeah, really really cool. Yeah. Rick said New Jersey legalized recreational weed yesterday. There was an article in the Akron Beacon Journal today about Ohio, so they're trying to push the legislator to take up a recreational bill, but the Republicans won't. We're a very gerrymandered conservative state. I've talked about it a bunch. But so they're going to try and get it on the ballot, and it's going to be one of the typical, you can grow 12 plants, have 3 ounces type law. So I think there'll be a referendum on a constitutional amendment in the fall here in Ohio. Farley said, as in danger voltage E6. Wait, electric six? Oh, I don't know why their name was that. I don't think there's 6 people in the band, or there wasn't back in the day. But oh yeah, and then I was saying hi to Alpine and CJ, who I got to see both of them last night, and first time I really got to have a good conversation with Alpine Daydream. So it was cool. Got to know each other a little bit and nerd out about bikes and talk a little bit about the live streams and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so it was cool. I met him in passing at really awesome deli downtown Akron when me and Marge were riding. I think that was last fall. Um, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Sam? How's it going? Yeah, and Rick said a real Republican, a true conservative, yeah, would be, yeah, or, a libertarian would be like, you don't need to regulate something like weed, but there's no such thing as real Republicans in Ohio. I mean, when it comes to the legislator or the people in politics, not actual human beings who, go about their lives and vote or whatever. But let's see, did I miss anybody jumping in here? Yeah, I said what's up to CJ. Yeah, because I was saying I saw CJ and uh, Alpine. Yeah, so yeah, with the free drinks, like the ride went well. We only got through like half of it, so everyone did the short ride on the Roach Clips ride. 60 people had signed up and paid ahead of time, and then about I think Woody said about 10 more friends showed up and either donated something or did something to ride along. So a lot of the stuff that we had planned, like a lot of the stuff that you see me and Large ride in our videos, we hadn't like calculated the idea like a group ride's going to take longer, especially with a bunch of people, but the idea of some of the pinch points when you get to off-road stuff, how long it's going to take a line of 60 people to get through, 60 cyclists, when we're used to doing it with like 5 6 people. So it really kind of slowed it down. There were people on like fixed gears and skinny tires, so when we did some of that off-road stuff, that a few people have commented, are you guys riding through a garbage dump? It's just illegal dumping where we go to, also illegal probably riding trails, but just no man's lands. Akron just seems to have so many of those. So just kind of slowed it all down too. So yeah, we did like half the route, which still worked out fine. I think people still really enjoyed it and had a good time. It was a bummer we didn't get to show the Cleveland guys like the Rubber Bowl and stuff like that. But yeah, got back, hung out, had a really good time. Really good food. Fat Boy Sammy's, who do like a pop up thing, like more like catering, did the food. They did it for the Akron Coffee ride too. It was really good. If I was going somewhere and I had a point originally, I don't remember what it was. Now I'm just rambling about the ride. But Libertarian Party is essentially Republican light now. Yeah, and Rick says he despises libertarianism. I like the idea of it. I mean, I love the idea of it. Like the idea of that, everyone kind of minds their own business. It just doesn't work in a complex modern society, in my opinion. The big guys would just take advantage of it to dump oil in the Gulf of Mexico and never pay for it. Oh yeah, DMO, you're saying you were bummed to miss the Rubber Bowl. We'll be back for a Yeti ride. And I talked to a couple. I know I did talk to a couple Cleveland people about like, do we need to set up a ride where we just do a smaller one, like with me and Large and a couple people, and a couple of the Joy Machines guys who want to come down, set like something up just to like get to do more of that with a smaller group, so we could, and even hit some of the trails that maybe we wouldn't be willing to take 60 people across, even though we did take 60 people across a railroad bridge you had to walk over. So, you know, but hey, what's up, Dylan? How's it going? Yeah, and all in all, the ride went good. I was bummed. Did you? I don't know if you guys saw it, but Party Size was planning to do a ride out in his area. Like he got the um, swag from the Roach Clips ride, but then it looks like he got COVID. Got tested positive for COVID on the morning of 420. So, and I'm not sharing someone's private information. He posted this on Instagram, but he had a friend lead the ride anyway. So, haven't seen any photos of that yet. But yeah, I had to get up. I had a photo shoot not till 10 today, but someone who used to work for the city of Akron, and I had such a hard time getting up because, like I said, when we got back, of course, one of the stupid things, like drinking some beers would be totally fine. Drank a couple beers on the ride. Didn't smoke anything because that's just not a big deal to me. I don't really smoke anymore. Plus, it makes me antisocial, and I wanted to talk to all the people that I kind of know from Cleveland, or like I said, a couple channel members were there, and all that kind of stuff. and just a great group of people. And then, of course, like we start drinking whiskey at like 10 o'clock at night, which is just our bourbon, which is totally unnecessary. And then, of course, I hit someone's weed. And yeah, so my morning, I was like in a daze. I'm like trying to get up. And then I'm like, I need to be wide awake. I had portraits, a number of portraits coming into the studio today. And it's like, I need to be on because I need to make people, feel and look their best. So yeah, that's why. So tonight for the stream, I had originally planned to try and get someone on who went on the trip over the weekend. I started to work on a members video that was going to have an extended cut of all the mountain bike trails we rode, and I was going to play that in the background. I got none of that done. I have a bunch of photos from the Roach clip ride that I could have edited and got up, but instead I basically got through my day. And then around 4, it had been rainy, like drizzly all morning. The sun came out and it got into the 60s, and I'm like, I have to at least ride my bike. So I start riding my bike towards downtown with no real plan. I'm like, I'm probably going to grab a hair of the dog beer somewhere. And I look down and one of my crank arms, the non-drive side crank arm, is like slipping off the axle. So I went over to the bike shop. Large fixed it for me. And then me and him just went over to Acronym Brewing and had a couple beers and kind of talked about last night and everything. So then I just got back here at like 8:30 and did the new members video to get Waffles and Coffee's name on there real quick. So yeah, everything went out the window. That's why I was like, tonight's just a chat. We'll look at some bike pics and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, that's right, Rusty. You're back in Arizona right now for your long run. Who were we talking? Oh, yeah, me and Large were just talking about this. That Alpine Daydream does really long runs too. I don't know if there's any kind of connection that's worth being made there, but Rusty said, "Why did we have to walk the bridge? It looked fine to ride." One guy on a mountain bike did ride across it. I think I had a little clip in the video of him doing it, but I'm not riding across one of those kind of bridges where the gaps are what like that big between the railroad ties and stuff like that, and some are totally like rotted out. So it's not even like it's consistent railroad ties. You'll come to one where it's like completely hollowed out and something like that. Oh, Rick just said that. Some some Yahoo just wrote it, but he was on like a suspension mountain bike, I think, so probably a little more stretched. But oh, that's what DM was saying right now. Yeah, huge gaps between those railroad ties. So Dylan said AZ is burning. Is there big wildfires out in Arizona right now? Large the dog that bit me. Yeah, I was explaining to Yonda tonight when I was in the shop the origin of that phrase. I don't know if anyone knows it. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what era it's from, but people say the hair of the dog. The whole phrase is the hair of the dog that bit me. And I guess it's because there was a belief back in the day that if you got bit by a dog and it tore you open, you would take hair from that dog and stick it in the cut, and then you wouldn't get, I said rabies, but I don't know, whatever would make you sick was the belief. So that's where the expression of having, drinks when you're hungover to feel better, that's the origin. So, and that is a big drop off that bridge. So even where if you guys saw that bridge, I could pull it up, but even where it has like the iron railings, there's still a whole area you could fall down, which would be even worse. So Chris asked if my back is doing better. It is. Like, I feel like almost completely functional. Still getting on and off the bike like is a little bit tedious. And if I sit for a while, when I get up, I have to like put my hands on my, quads and push myself up. So I'll get stiff, but I'm much better. Like, there's no pain. I think I'm going to avoid the sciatica coming back. I hope to God. I mean, I could feel it a little bit, but I feel it like this, every few months anyway. So I think I'm going to be all right. We'll see. There's other things I want to do, like get back to working to building out the front of the studio. Um, and I just have like some heavy stuff I need to lift and like screw into place and all that. But I'm holding off because I know that it's just kind of like I'm just one wrong move away from resetting myself to being starting over. So I'm trying to be pretty cautious, but yeah, Pudgy, the bridge we crossed in the 420 ride vid isn't the one that we hang out on and drink. So, but it's about the same. The one that we actually hang out on and drink, you can ride it because the rails are removed. So like the wood where the rails used to sit are still there. So those concrete barriers always seem to move around. I think people move them, and then like maybe the people who have blocked it off move them back. The train company, I guess. But so that one is rideable. Like we've all ridden it. Lard will ride it. It just depends on what we're doing. We're usually stopping there so we don't ride it. The one we were on last night still has the rails, so if you're going to ride it, you have to ride on the railroad ties. So, and plus you can't ride up to it because we're coming up a big the side gravel. I don't show that in the video, but we're you have to hike your bike up there. So even if you're going to ride the one we were on last night, you would literally have to put your bike down, get on your bike, and ride it. So it's almost pointless. Um, yeah, and as Lars said, Akron Railroad ties, old, worn, and beat up. And then Rusty was saying Arizona does have two fires right now. Dylan nailed it. What do Akron girls and Akron Railroad ties have in common? Dylan comes through with Rick can't ride either of them. uh, yeah, sorry, Rusty. Dylan beat you to the punch by just a split second. I have a masthead IPA tonight, by the way. I think a couple drink picks just came through. I know we got bike picks to look at. See how well my memory works now. So this is Farley, Hop Juju. Yeah, I was drinking Fatheads on the last stream. And then Rusty said, race in 2 days. The stream is filled by water. Yeah. Samuel, did I say? Yeah. He has, what is this? Craft Mexican Cerveza. Cruz Blanca. Ah, Chicago beer. The brewery we were just at tonight had a Mexican lager. That seems like like a recent, like the last couple years, that's kind of been a trend in craft beer to do like Mexican style lagers. They usually put a little bit of lime in them, right? I was gonna. I felt like there was a couple other things I was gonna say about last night. All in all, just a great time, though. I mean, exactly what I expected was more like one of those rides where you're going for the social element, and still got a good ride. Riding from here, I still ended up with 27 miles. So the original route was supposed to be about 27, and I think we did about maybe what 15, 16 as the group. I don't know. What's the sticker on your jug, Rusty? Let's see. Oh, there we go. I assume this is the one you're talking about. I've seen that TikTok where he says that. I didn't know his name was Tyler the Creator because I don't, because I'm 43 and not hip. But yeah. Oh wait, I don't have it up on screen. Hang on, give me a second. The old jug zoom. See what your other stickers. Oh, Blazing Saddles, nice. Cleveland vegan. Looks like you have a on the side there a fathead sticker. Is this hot chicken takeover here? Oh wait, that's a Columbus place, isn't it? No, they put one in Cleveland now, didn't they? I can't remember. Yeah, it's Columbus originally though. Yeah, because I was bummed when I was in Columbus. They happened to be closed at their original location, which is in one of the like a marketplace type thing. If that's what that sticker is. But oh, that's a Hot One sticker. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I did the video today as a premiere, which I rarely do. One of the reasons I don't like premieres is because they only play the videos in 1080, and then well, even Funny Brad was saying he was having buffering issues. Everyone else said it was fine, but it was fun to like premiere a video at 420, 420 ride at 420. Why not? But I was talking about. I wish I had captured more of the after party, but it's also kind of like a the reason I didn't is because we were just having such a good time hanging out with so many people and chatting. Like I said, I mean, probably talked to what Alpine Daydream, what we chatted probably for about 10 minutes or something. So it was like, and then I ran into there was a woman that I work with who works at Western Reserve Hospital. I'm always doing portraits for all their doctors and nurses over there. So I got to talk to her and her boyfriend because I've they ride bikes and go to breweries just like we do. So every time we're working together, we're always chatting about that. And it was nice to not be at work, having a beer and a drink, chatting with them about that and stuff like. So it was like I just really wasn't pulling out my camera or filming much. Plus it was dark. We were sitting on a dark patio and then inside for the raffle. But it's one of those things where it's like real life is still the most important thing to experience and not always capture. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. Maybe my opinion would be a little different. It'd be like, okay, I could step back and cover this a little more if this was paying all my bills or whatever. But it's like, no, you got to enjoy yourself and just have fun sometimes too. So even with the ride, I'm like, a lot of times I was just riding with people and chatting, and it was like, oh yeah, I should get some footage of this if I'm going to make a video about it. But it's so much easier to have my GoPro in my hand, even when I'm chatting with people, and be holding it up or shooting behind me, uh, than it is to actually like when you're actually like at the after party or when I want to take photos, because then I'm stopping and all that. But yeah. Oh, you guys are all calling out that sticker is the Hot Ones thing. Yeah, I've watched. I only ever Hot Ones comes up in my like suggested. Usually when there's someone on there that I follow from somewhere else. Like um, I've watched what Casey Neistat on there, I believe, and yeah, I've watched a few episodes. Like I'm aware of it, but yeah, I don't watch like all of them by any means. But yeah, speaking of YouTube stuff, I was watching. What day was this? Terry B was live streaming a bike ride, testing out a uh, live stream setup, which is really cool when he puts the camera up behind his head. Uh, so it's almost like everyone calls it the Grand Theft Auto view. So it's him riding around New York, but you get to see him riding, and then he has a mic on the front, so he could still talk clearly. But he ran into, I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber Sam Shepard. He does like tech reviews. I don't really know him from his own channel as much, but uh, I've seen him like hang out with like Peter McKinnon and some of the other uh, bigger YouTubers. So I kind of more know him more through the other videos he's been in. But yeah, it was super cool to see like Terry riding through New York and then run into another YouTuber and be having a conversation all about YouTube and his live stream setup and all that kind of stuff. So I missed it. I think he might still be on now. Terry was streaming on Twitch tonight. I got a notification when I was sitting there having a beer with Large a little bit earlier. Yeah. Oh, that's what Sam just said, the GTA mode. Yeah. Really cool. And that's when what was that this morning when Rick? Yeah, I popped in after my first portrait this morning. Terry was streaming live, so yeah, I think I brought this up, but I think it's going to be really cool. He's going to live stream his trip across the country starting on June 4th. Whenever he has a connection, he's going to go live and ride his bike across the country and stream as much as he can. So I think that'll be fun for me because I could have the TV on while I'm working in the morning as long as I'm not on a shoot to have that on and just like take it in. So Oh, Pudgy, you said you deleted Twitch? Yeah, I haven't. I think me and you were talking about this, Pudgy, but Twitch has like so much security. It could be such a pain. If you ever get logged out of Twitch, it could be like so hard to get back in. And where I watch Twitch is on my Fire TV, so I have to like scan a QR code, then go over to my computer, and like it's just a whole it's a whole process. But I'm logged back in now, and now that he's been Twitch streaming a little more, I've been still back on there. The problem with Twitch is if you stop watching someone for a little while, it stops notifying you about them. So like Terry notifies everyone through his Discord, so I still get on his Twitch streams, but like um, some of the other people we know through the channel who stream, like I don't get notifications anymore. Even the DJ at the Roach Clips ride last night, Twitch streams DJ things sometimes, and I would flip them on like Fridays if I was like hanging out and stuff like that. And now I don't get the notifications anymore. I, Twitch annoys me. That's why I like when Terry streams on YouTube better. Even if he goes out riding, I'm just a. I think people have a preference on that. He talks about it too. They're two different platforms. I just prefer YouTube, but he has a pain because there's no app for the YouTube chat. So just like I do when I watch YouTube on the Fire TV when it's live, I open up my phone, open up the video, pause the video, and then have the chat. But there's no separate. With Twitch, I know he could have his phone on his bars, and it has like an app that just is chat, which makes it much easier for him to like communicate. So nerdy stuff like that. But I love I like said I live streaming a bike ride I think would be so fun, but it's just such an involved setup, and I think for me the costs would just is too much because like I said, Terry rides with 3 modems, the battery powers to make it work, 2 phones, and all that kind of stuff. And that's one thing I want to ask him on is that I've never quite. He's shown his setup. I'm like, with the 3 modems and 3 different networks, does he have to have unlimited data plans with all 3, T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T? So I'm wondering how that works because I know it bonds them all together, but I'm not. I've seen the tech or the physical setup he uses, but I don't know how the behind the scenes stuff is going on, and that could be extremely expensive, I would assume. And I experimented with Twitch a couple times. I did a couple streams like working down here, and just to see. But now I'm like, well, if I'm gonna even when I do like those Friday matinees, I'm like, ah, might as well just do them on YouTube. That's where you guys are. So, what are you saying, Rick? You're putting new pad holders on for the first time ever? Dual pivot. Seems pretty straightforward. Pad holders, dual pivot. Rick. Do you mean you're putting whole new calipers on? Send a pic. Put a pic in the Discord. Speaking of pics in the Discord, let's look at some bicycles. I didn't read this article, but right before I came on, I was just looking at this. Dylan's dropped this photo in here with the headline, E-bike battery fire destroys Florida bike shop. Look at this. This looks horrible. Yeah, let's go to the link. I kind of want to see what this is all about. Oh, it's just a photo and a different link. Is there actually the... There we go. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, a bunch of whiskey wheels and stuff. They left the battery to charge overnight, a battery that wasn't working. Instead of properly charging, it caught fire. Wow. So they have a $75,000 GoFundMe goal. Why wouldn't their insurance cover that? And that what you have insurance for? Insurance is so effed. You said it's not just the pads, it's the holder too. Yeah, I guess I have a lot of brake pads, Rick, like the old school style ones. You always replace the holder too. It's the more modern ones where you could just replace the pads. Uh, oh yeah, I don't have any autofocus, so I can't hold the stuff close. But looking at my brake pads, yeah, like your truly vintage brakes. I don't think anyone ever you just always bought the whole thing, I believe. You know, yeah, stuff like this. Or canties too. They're just one piece. There's no separate thing to replace. The post is completely integrated into the brakes. Oh yeah, I guess I don't have any of the ones where you can just change the pads because those ones still exist on bikes because you just change the pads. But I have a whole ton of from vintage bikes. So like, oh, maybe I'll need these. I don't need these. They're either worn out or dry rotted, I think. But I think I throw them in here because they have the little bits you sometimes use for other things. But the bolts and stuff. Oh yeah, here's a pad that would be from one you could change out where you slide it in. So slide it in, slip it in. Oh, Rick said he dropped a pick. Oh, wait, I thought I clicked it. I didn't. Cool stops. Yeah, that's the rim friendly cool stop. I've never seen those two colored ones. I either get the orange or the black or the gray, I guess. But make sure you tow them so they don't screech. Pudgy said some high-end stuff in the 90s for V-brakes had cotter pin and pads that slip out. Huh. Yeah, none of my V-brake ones ever had that. They always had the post attached. Huh. Then again, I didn't have any high-end 90s stuff, so until about 2 months ago, right? Well, I guess these ones look like they could slip out. They have one side that it would slip out of. So these are super vintage ones that would. I think these are actually French. No, I'm sure they're French. That's what all my shit is. Hey, what's up, Electric Pete? Nathan Mace. That's what she said. What's up, peeps? The nicest ones were usually dual compound two-tone. Huh. That makes sense. Yeah. Just looking at what else. Yeah. Oh yeah, here are the modern or more modern changeable ones where you just loosen that little uh, Allen key, that little, and slip the pads out. And then these are some dual pivot Ultegra brakes. Like I said, I don't have autofocus tonight, unfortunately. My $3,500 webcam won't focus anymore. Annoying, but yeah, I guess with all the vintage stuff, I was used to just changing the whole thing for so long. And now you can just, on a lot of them, just loosen that and change the actual pad, which is nice, way less wasteful. So, yeah. Yeah, and you're right, Rick. Don't if on rim brakes, if they're not making any noise and they're braking fine, you don't need to tow them. But sometimes just even putting like a business card towards the front, or the back, front, yeah, the back. We'll give it enough toe to keep it if they are squeaky. But oh, Electric Pete, you just saw the tube and site. Did you see what we were just showing a second ago? Make sure you don't leave your e-bike batteries charging overnight, Electric Pete, because this was the consequences in Florida. $75,000 loss in a bike shop. Or a bad electric battery, apparently. What was I? Oh, yeah, bike picks. Let's get into bike picks. Where were we? Where did we? I think with Abe's bike is the first one. Abe's new bike. So, oh, Rick, you were saying with the brakes, the electric or the part. Two things, Electric Pete and Rick. Rick said the Park Tool guy used a fat rubber band. Huh? I didn't think you would even need that much toe. I thought just even like I said, a business card, small piece of paper. Oh, Electric Pete, you said you trust him to leave him overnight. Yeah, from reading the article now, it looks like they were trying. It was a battery that the customer had already said was bad, and then they left it plugged in. So, yeah. Oh, Nathan Mace, you said I bet that was some black smoke. Yeah, all that, yeah, carbon and plastic and yeah, tires and everything. It must have been horrible fire. Really gross. Hey, what did I only glanced at this? What did Abe say he got? Um, did he caption it? Obviously a hardtail. I know Pudgy was talking about it, but there's no markings on this. I guess I'll get down there in a second. It's wild how different even modern hardtails look than like my mountain bike hardtail. I like the colors. You guys know I'm not a huge, never been a huge fan of just the way mountain bikes look because they're functional. They make sense. They're designed in a way on purpose. You know. Oh, portrait mode. Look at that. You could see like where the portrait mode tried to find the tubes but missed in some spots. It's a cool photo too. Let's see if Pudgy said specialized fused, specialized fuse 29er. Yeah, it's sharp. I do like it. Rick, you said you leave nothing charging unattended ever? Really? I leave batteries, like camera batteries and stuff, charging in the studio all the time, or my power banks, like all the time. Yeah, I really do. Hey, what's up, William LeBron? He said, "Did you see the old shovel video where his back rim cracked in half, the brakes worn out the sidewalls?" No, I didn't. I've been starting to try and pay attention to some of like my more vintage bikes to make sure that I'm not wearing them out. Some rims that I have that are more modern have the dimples to show you. So if the dimple is gone, you know you've worn out your sidewalls. But the really old box section rims I have don't. The original rims on my Trek mountain bike have to be close to that point though. I really need to get different wheels for that, or put the spins back on it and get different wheels for my Marin. So, Electric Pete said bad cells won't accept a charge, so they just create heat. Makes sense. Oh, what's up, Abe? We're just looking at perfect timing. We're just looking up at your bike. Yeah. It is a specialized fuse. Yeah. It looks sharp. Like I said, there's not a lot of mountain bikes like that I'm a fan of their looks, and that is a sharp looking bike. I like it. I really like the plainness of it. Even the rock shocks are understated. And that's a bike that looks good too with like just the black tires. It doesn't need tan walls or anything. Hey, what's up, Sleepy Howler? Oh, Pudgy, you said you've seen that happen with a fair amount of rims, especially winter commuter rims. Yeah. If I ride the Trek over the summer now that I really do like the like even for a little bit of mountain biking, I need to really look into how safe those things are. There's probably not a lot that's safe on my old truck anymore, but yeah. So Abe, you have 29 by 2.6 on there. Could have used that last weekend. This would have been a perfect bike for the trails we were at Jake's Rocks, I think. This would have been a fun bike to ride down there. Oh, that's right, Pudgy. You were saying you had one too. Yeah. Sleepy Holler is a very Ohio name. Is Sleepy Holler in Ohio? Oh, there's Sleepy Holler's bike right there, as we're talking about him. The giant.
Manyunt10 subscribed to the channel.
Oh, thanks, Manyut10. This is pretty cool. I was looking at this right before we came on, too. I didn't get the chance to zoom in and look at any of the components yet, though. It got me thinking about the stem for my Marin build, too. Because Michael Holland gave me that great Velo Orange setup. Uh, but I think it's going to be too long. And Summit Perry gave me those other stems that fit, but then I can't use the same bars, so it's a whole thing. Because if you guys know, 90s mountain bikes are a different standard. So, anyways, going off topic already. What is that crankset? Box? Why does that logo looks familiar, but I can't think of what that is. Yeah, the color match stem is definitely cool. Cadmium saddle. Those are becoming so popular now. One on this channel, it's like so many people who watch this channel ride those Brooks. But then in of my friends too, a lot of my friends are running these now. What year is this? Is this about a mid 90s? Pudgy. Rusty said that looks like a box Prime 9. Sleepy said, yeah, they do BMX stuff and now mountain bike drive trains. Gotcha. Yeah. I've seen it before, but I don't think I've seen them in person. A 94, yeah. That's what it does look mid 90s. So is that the same, is that what year we figured out my Marin was when Party Pace dropped the code for me? I think it is. No, 96. So, yeah, it's sweet. I like it a lot. I like the red too. Box 5. Okay. Oh, there. Oh, yeah, large is allowed to drop links. I forgot. What happens if I click on a link in the chat? Oh, cool. Well, there we go. Let's see their. Is this their IG? There we go. I'm trying to think of what I've seen by them because I know the logo. I've seen their stuff around. Oh, and because of the part shortage. Yeah. Uh, Rick, I'm not even answering. I'm not even acknowledging that, even though I already did. Too many gears. Oh, your rear derailleur is Advent X with a thumb shifter. I didn't even look at the shifters. Where's that? Here's the big one. Oh, yeah. What are your pedals on this, too? I was looking at those with the way the axle stops early there. It was kind of cool. They remind me of my deities, but they're something different. All right, let's get to more photos. Definitely a cool build. I like it a lot. Oh, this is Farley's photo here. I was looking at this too earlier, and I was trying to figure out. I was looking at your GRX cranks. The chain rings look different to me. Are those stock GRX chain rings? Is it just like that they're all black or the angle or something? Oh, Sleepy Hollow. The pedals were Rock Brothers. Gotcha. Oh, and Abe said he convinced his buddy to get a box 9 when he's overhauling his mid 2000s Cannondale. Nice. That's just what GRX double looks like? Maybe I just haven't seen the doubles in person yet. I mean, like I said, if I was building up a bike, yeah, if I was just building up a bike like without any cost, like any worry about cost, GRX is what I would put on it. Like if I was building up a new gravel bike, and it would be a bike with more clearance, so I could put like at least 48s on it. But yeah, GRX is the groups that I would want. It's funny, we were speaking of Terry earlier, Terry B, and on the stream today, he was like, "This is a SRAM channel only." He was explaining his membership levels are whatever NX, GX, whatever the SRAM terminology is, And I'm just thinking, I'm like, yeah, even though everyone here mostly runs ceramic, I think except me and Pudgy, right? So I made the membership level. I had made the membership levels actually before he did that, probably completely unrelated, but you know, 105 Ultegra and Durace because I'm a Shimano fan. But so Farley said, yeah, stock GRX, like Pudgy was saying. Yeah, I guess I just don't. Probably is that I just don't see the double as much. But I was trying to figure out where this mural is. I don't think I've seen this, but it feels familiar. Is this because your next photo looks like the towpath down past, is that Canal Fulton where that bridge has been sitting there forever that they're clearly never going to use or whatever? Is that where we're looking at? Is this? Abe says he has GRX on his Flanimal. Mostly used. Man, I cannot. You could tell how tired I'm. Mostly used SRAM before that, but shifts so well. Yeah. Oh, this is the Boston store. I was totally wrong about that. I was thinking this was down south on the towpath. There. Oh, that bridge isn't sitting propped up. The one down south is just sitting there off in the weeds. But oh, this is the Jate Bridge. Yeah, that one's been sitting there forever too. Yeah. Okay. Now I can picture this exactly. Yeah. The big factory used to be behind there. Now where they just have the Ford Rainier machines. But if that's how it's pronounced. SXNXGXX01 XX1. All right. The bridge to nowhere for sure. There's a couple of them. I wonder why they ordered them and never did anything with them. This one, there's not even an area where you need a bridge. I don't yet. The one, at least that I was talking about down south, they put in a different bridge, and you could tell there was going to be a purpose for it. But over here by Jate, they don't. I don't even think they need a bridge down there. Hey, you guys, one by? Yeah, that's me and Pudgy's different. We're both kind of like Shimano, but he's a one by dude. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want another more options. Like just like Russ. Russ went back to two by. He's seeing the light. It's the next trend. Two by. The next old trend. The next old trend that was the standard for 60 years. So, are we streaming all right? My stream just went into the red when it was showing my bandwidth. So, I also think GRX looks a little better than Shimano's road group sets, but just all right. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Uh, Chris McCallum said me and one of my boys went to the park. Oh, nice. Still on the training wheels. I think my dad thought he was never going to get me off the training wheels. I was not very confident with that next move for a while. So, Nathan said in a few it'll be back to triples. Yeah, who? Um, what? Velo Orange? Velo Orange? Don't they have some triples? Uh, Sam said single speed for life. I should, if I don't think I'm feeling it today, but I almost got the single speed ready to ride. Uh, well, we got the stem on the stream on what last Thursday. I just need to put a couple new tubes in the tires and then rewrap the bars. I'm looking this way because it's sitting right next to me. But Abe said there are easier ways to shift gears than switch the whole bike, Pudgy. Large just switched. Did he drop a pick? I think he dropped a different pick, not his. But he just put giant tires on his Monsoon. I think he said they're 2.5s on 650Bs. And then our buddy Zach was kind of, I guess, giving him the raspberries last night. He's like, "Why did you put these on after the weekend where we went mountain biking?" But Sleepy Howler, triple schmipple. I have, how many triples do I have? Two? Yeah, I have a triple on my vintage Trek, which is the group set's from 2007. The bike's from 82. But like I said, it's awesome on that bike because that bike I ride really fast sometimes. So I have a 5011, but then I've also toured on it where we've been climbing up some crazy gravel climb, and then I have that easier gear. And then you don't have those crazy chain lines either of single one by. So yeah. And then the bike I took the group set off now has an Ultegra triple on it. But yeah, Sam, he was telling me, so this is, we were just talking about this while we were having a beer earlier, that it doesn't say you could fit 2.5s, he said, but he put them on and there's enough clearance. So it's bigger than what they're it looks crazy. So our bikes, and I'm much taller than large, so my bike's a 60, and I don't know what yours, I don't know what yours is, Marge, size wise. What, like a 54 maybe? So our bikes were sitting next to each other, and I have 700C 42 mil tires, and so he had 650B 2.5s, and his tires were taller than mine. It looks so wild to see them next to each other, like, and it doesn't even look just even how wide they look, because it's crazy too, because his Monsoon has wider tires than like the two mountain bikes I own can fit, you know. So what did Large say there? They say 2.4, but the Terravale E-Line 2.5 tires he has fit fine. So, oh, your bike's a 49. Yeah, I knew your bikes were small. I didn't realize it was a 49. Yeah, we should have taken. I don't know why we didn't take a picture of that. Maybe you did. I didn't. The bikes sitting next to each other, because it was just crazy to see his 49 with tires that on 650B are taller than my 700Cs. So yeah, talk about, as Russ would say, fat meats. Those were some fat meats. Oh, and then Large dropped this in the stream tonight. Genuine article. Micah's new bike is here. He was telling me how amazing it looks. So can't wait till we get to see photos of this titanium build. So Micah is in Santa Fe riding right now with Albert from Akron Coffee. I was telling you guys that um, when they get back, I'll have them on the live stream, because there's always seems to be some mishap. So far it looks like it's going so good from looking at their Stravas and their Instagram stories, but we'll see. We'll see. CJ Thompson dropped in this photo. He said, "Oversaturated pic of me on the ladies' bike. DSO this time." Nice. DSO. You got to go DSO. Come on. There we go. Oh, CJ's running cantilever brakes on his Mozzie. I don't think I ever noticed that before. I've seen this bike in the shop and when he's ridden it. But that's a cool photo. Saturation don't look bad, at least on my screen. But Rusty said it's pronounced A line, EH line. Gotcha. Oh, Abe said he never appreciated how big a 2.6 tire is until now. Yeah, hey, those are wide tires. Oh, is it 10 o'clock already? I could tell just because people are cussing. Wait, what was I was just reading a comment, then I lost my. Is that a Wahaley in the? Oh, you guys are talking about what the titanium bike Micah got is. Yeah. Yeah, overexposed, not oversaturated for sure. Slightly overexposed. Yeah, the orange is sweet. What did Nathan say? Oh, that was you an hour ago changing a water pump on your Mini? Yeah. Whoops. We'll do that in a second. Oh, there we go. Now we got to be some more titanium here, right? Ooh, I like those chrome white industry cranks. Those look sharp. That was a couple, both a couple really nice bikes. Do I have this on live chat? Yeah, it's on live chat, so I'm not I shouldn't be missing anything. But oh, Dylan was just complimenting those white industry cranks as well. And then Sam asked what the pedals on the All City were, and those are uh, SimWorks Bubblies. Let me pull this back up. Oh, nice. Got the Roach clips on there, the dice. Oh, on both bikes. And Renee Earth's, my favorite tires on the All City. Even got the cap on tonight. All right, yeah, let's do Tune About and come back and nerd out for a little bit longer. Oh, Rick. Well, that's Rick. Right. I was talking to Yonda tonight. He said when he was building wheels on Tuesday, he said his wife walked in and she was like, "Oh, you guys just nerd out about bikes," and he was like, "Well, and sometimes maps." So, all right, Abe. Glad you popped in. Good to see you. Congrats on the NBD new bike day. All right, yeah. Let's take a break, and then yeah, come back and nerd out about other bike items. Or whatever you guys want to. If you got a map idea, we can look at maps. I would just like to take this moment to thank the channel members whose names you see on the screen right now. Their financial support really does make it possible to continue to grow this channel. We will be back in a moment, so it's time to crack open another tea packet and start letting the F-bombs fly. Thanks, everyone.
a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat.
Laughing at you, Rick. Yeah, so obviously I've thrown the last four members into random spaces that are available. I need to redo the whole thing, and I know it. I want to redo the audio, of course, and make it super short. And mention what I'm about to say now is that there's no ads on the live streams because of channel members. So I want to make it like 10 seconds of saying that and rearrange everyone's names so they make more sense. I like Pudgy's idea. We'll need a Star Wars style scroll eventually, you know. Yeah. But I saw a couple map suggestions. Rusty had a few. But Dylan, I think we looked at your photos on Tuesday after you had already gone to bed, so I didn't realize where you were, where you had the pictures of you and Devin and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that's where you were. But we'll check out that one first and see. The Sheltowee Trace Trail. I have never heard of it, but obviously I'm the least informed when it comes to. But he said it's a 350-mile single track and ATV trail through Kentucky. Yeah, it's coming up in Kentucky. Oh wait, that said road, not trail. Hang on. Oh no, that might be it. Let's see what we got. Long distance backcountry trail. So. Let's get a feeling for where we are. Okay, Daniel Boone National Forest in the area. Lexington is here. Louisville is here. Nashville. Okay, I know where we are. Did we lose it? Come back. Let's look at this in satellite view. Is this where you were, Dylan? Oh, yeah. uh, Large with the cue the map jingle. When we were in, I'll tell this real quick. When we were in Jake's Rocks, we were talking about how I need to make this more like a radio show where I have buttons that I press that have like a jingle. And me and Large and Funny Brad were coming up with some pretty funny jingles that just real quick things that um, I can play when I like go to the maps or someone says something. But yes, I almost totally forgot about that, Large, and we totally need to do that. So, anyways, Jay Dandy's cracking a tea packet, and viewers like you. Pudgy using his members chat 15 months. Jeez, yeah. Tim's such a hipster, he listens to banned books on vinyl. Neo Retro Roach, Wide Angle, Ben Brad, Victor's Gecko Tattoo, Whoopi Goldberg's Missing Eyebrows. Like I said, my software won't read out the members' chats yet, only the super chats. So we will. I hope they add that. They need to add that. And that Dylan said, did I read that or just start to read it? We were at a cabin, didn't know if there's any riding around. Turned out it was absolutely amazing. We ran into a through hiker and realized the magnitude of the trail. Where was your cabin, Dylan? Could we zoom in on the? I mean, it's not your private cabin, right? So, like, what little town or area was it in? Ah, trying to zoom on the wrong thing. Berea, Kentucky. Let's see how far away that is from where we're looking. Oh, okay. So where we were before was over here by Somerset. So this must be. Oh, Kentucky Campground and RV Park. Oh, Pudge, you said this is not far from where you briefly lived in Kentucky. And Dylan said literally a gravel paradise. We kept talking how it can be a training camp. Ah, interesting. I wonder if I could see which way the trail goes out of here. You think it would be south? What a weird divided highway. Look at this. Sorry. I was just watching Not Just Bikes videos earlier, but this. Look at this. Oh, they're going to make it go farther eventually, apparently. So you got a Strode here, and then a weird divided highway to nowhere. People really got to zip through this part of town, right? Got to get to that Walmart. Anyone else hear banjos? Coal country. Yeah. Okay, so there's more driveways right in town. Okay, so this is paved here. Whoops. Yeah. Messing everything up. Paint Lick Road? Was there really a Paint Lick Road? Now I'm clicking on. I gotta remember. This is the screen I need to move on the map. Pudgy likes glue sniffing road better. Oh, Pudgy, I forgot to ask everybody about that. You were saying an overnighter on May 14th. Where'd I put my phone? Did I not bring my phone down here tonight? I might not have. I hit weed on 420 like twice at like 11 o'clock, and now I still can't remember anything. Yeah, as of now, I could pull that off, Pudgy. I need to see if what Aaron's up to as well. Where was the overnight you're doing going, Pudgy? Is that the one you dropped in the Discord? From psychotherapy to where? If you guys are just taking the trail towards London, I probably going to be a pass. We intentionally avoid that area. Or Aaron will definitely be a pass, which is. I'm trying to find where we were. So Pudgy said John Bryan overnight bikepacking shindig, free and open to anyone. Oh yeah, John Bryan. So you'll be riding Columbus out um, west. Yeah. Samuel, you said how many beers did I smoke? Yeah, that was the thing. Had a couple beers before we left, a couple beers on the ride, a couple beers when we got back. Then we got into whiskey, and yeah. Dylan needs to buy a TT bike so the path will be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I just need a. Feel free to hit me up again tomorrow, because me and Aaron are going to an event I'm shooting, and I could ask around the ride or drive there, depending on what the weather looks like. So Springfield south to Yellow Springs. Let's pull up that map. And I don't think we've been to John Bryan because we always end up going to Cedar Creek instead, right? Which is close. Okay, so you said Springfield to John Bryan, right? Okay, yeah. Here's Springfield. Oh, and then I could get some Mother Stewart beer too, because they haven't been open the two times we came through here. I wouldn't mind cruising around Springfield a little more, because both times we were there, we were on like bike tour, so we kind of checked it out, but didn't have a ton of time. Um, and like I said, I've lived in Ohio my whole life, and I feel like I've gotten around. I did not realize that Springfield was as big of a city as it is. I mean, it's a legit, city. What, like almost like a Canton size for anyone who's Northeast Ohio-ish? Anyway, so Springfield to John Bryan. Where's the campground? Here it is. Does John Bryan not have a lake? I thought it did. Oh, and then they have mountain biking in the area too. Okay. I knew that. We talked about that. Mother Stewart's and then Yellow Springs Brewing. Yeah. Oh, you guys were talking about Leo almost breaking the record? Yeah. No, Rusty, you're not the only one blown away by Leo Wilcox. Yeah, I need to look it up later. Dylan, you said if you go, you'll pedal from Columbus. The mountain bike trails are a good time. And yeah, like Pudgy was saying, it's only 13 miles in each way. I think we'd probably do something similar, like maybe park a little farther away and make it more of a drive, but more of a ride. But oh, we also stayed in Buck Creek, or as Butt Squeak State Park, as Large called it one time. So we stayed there when we were near Springfield, and then we stayed in Caesar Creek. So yeah, we've never done John Bryan yet. So yeah, I'd like to see that. So oh wait, I don't have the maps up. Sorry. So yeah, when we were in Springfield, this is where we camped. I remember riding through these massive parking lots they have. They seem weird. The campgrounds aren't right there though. Where was the campground? Anyways, yeah, I think me and Large went swimming in Buck Creek, and then there's John Bryan, and then we've stayed in Caesar Creek. So gone swimming here too. Oh yeah, this is where we camp at Caesar Creek. Done this twice, and then rode over to wherever the beach is. Oh, here, yeah, the boat ramp. That's the beach. Those kayaks were still sitting there too. I swear to God. So Dylan said John Bryan is a special place. It's an oasis surrounded by scorched earth cornfield vibes. Yeah. Yeah. Rusty said, can we look at the map of the AZT that Lael just crushed? Yeah, let me go back to where you typed that in originally. See if they have a link to the map. Arizona National Scenic Trail is an 800-mile 800 miles of single track stretching from the Mexican border to the Utah border. Oh, here's the map. Oh, here's the elevation profile. Let me move my face out of the way. Oh my God. Look at this climb from the Colorado River here at about 2,400 feet. And then this, oh, this is the Grand Canyon, right? Yeah. To 9,000 feet. So, and then over here too, look at this. This is crazy. That's got to be brutal, huh? Yeah, it's definitely not Ohio. Me and Large were just talking about how, and I think I've talked about it on the stream a number of times, how I've never done like a sustained climb in my life. Not even anything like this, but even a road mountain climb. Because even when we rode in Connecticut, we were climbing a ton, but it was still all up and down, you know. Way more, the climbs were bigger than they are here, but nothing like any real mountain, you know. Let's see where the map. Where'd I lose my map to? Can we zoom in or do anything with this map? No, this is not a this is not interactive. What does this mean? Oh, here we go. This is what we need. Which way was she heading, Rusty? Do you know? Patagonia. We were looking that up on the stream one night. I remember. That description said once you hit the Grand Canyon, you have to portage your bike. So I wonder if they don't ride that part; they just ride to the Grand Canyon. Oh, there we go. Russ said, so Arizona has more federally designated wilderness areas than any other state. So there are a lot of bypasses for bikes. But you have to break down your bike and hike across the Grand Canyon. I gotcha. She went northbound and said, clicked. Oh, there we go. Arizona. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. So it says, while mountain bikers are encouraged to explore the area, but there are a number of segments that are off limits due to wilderness. We have developed preferred routes around wilderness areas. Orange lines on the top map to the right. Hey, what's up, Lanky? How's it going? And you put her time in, right? It was 9 hours took her to do this. Oh, let's go back to. Oh, this was her preparation. So this is before she did it. Yeah. How cool. I could drop a link to this article for you guys too, and if anyone's interested in seeing this and actually reading everything. So. Oh, this was the other thing I was going to bring up. Speaking of Lanky, uh, I don't, I don't think I'll be able to make this. You're riding up, and I was thinking of the same thing. But yeah, they're doing an alley cat in Cleveland this Saturday. So to roll at noon 30, I could leave here at 9 and make it. With all the rain we've had, the towpath might be a bit tough through the Cuyahoga Valley. This would be fun to go up there and film. I would love to do that. But man, like I said, with the week I've had, I have work to do. I know me and Aaron want to ride on. Me and Aaron want to ride on Saturday. Keep clicking the wrong buttons. Oh, maybe I click the right thing eventually. Clean up my internet feed here. All right, dudes. I think I'm gonna call it early. I am considering though doing a matinee tomorrow if I feel like it before me and Aaron have to go to have to. It'll be fun. It's a comedy charity event that I'm photographing. But I might jump on in the afternoon to try and finish up the single speed because I'm going to be down here doing that anyways. So might do a live stream around 4 or 5 tomorrow. We'll see. Just chatting and really putting tubes into my two tires on that bike and talking a little bit about the vintage wheel set and stuff like that. But as far as tonight goes, yeah, it was fun to hang out. I'll be more with it by tomorrow. But yeah, and as far as upcoming videos, I have a couple like talking videos planned, like notes written down. I'm not sure when I'm going to have time to get to them. But yeah, I'm sure I'll film something from riding this weekend. It'd be cool to get up to Cleveland. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off as much as I would like to, but yeah. Either way, there'll be more. We'll be live streaming next week. And then, like I said, members, there should be an extended cut of Jake's Rocks. It's half done. And yeah, blah, 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 all that stuff. Heck yeah, Rusty. Me and by the way, Rusty, me and Large when we were hanging out earlier, same thing. We're like, we haven't got to hang out with Rusty much yet, but it's just been the weather has been shit. So with the weather getting nicer, we got to meet up and do some rides. We're so close now. So, all right, dudes. Possibly see you tomorrow. If not, Monday video and live stream next Tuesday at the latest is when we'll be kicking it. All right.
See myself on your YouTube.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Cause
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.